Didn't know what to do. All I wanna do is be quarantined with you. Quarantine, I think you know what I mean.
My new theme song.
Quarantine, I think you know what I mean. Quarantine, I think you know what I mean. Oh, quarantine, you're so fucking mean.
You're so fucking mean, quarantine. There we go. Thanks to my buddy Eric Silverman. Silvertone right there is the band. All I want to do is be quarantined with you is the song. And we would start the show today because I just want to be quarantined with all of you. So here we are together once again. It is week 3. It is show 4. If you're keeping track at home, we've been at this for 20 days, 20 some odd days, and I've been here talking to you guys and making it rock. Silverman, give me the link there so I could share it with people of your little song here because I enjoyed it, and we're gonna have to write something, a couple more, because I feel a lot of creativity coming out. Everybody at home coming up, arts and crafts. My house is arts and crafts. Julianne is making masks, doing her part for the world. She's got a great heart, and it's nice to see her being able to apply what she learned years ago on the sewing machine into the comfort of our own house. So, but there is some tension. There is some tension in the house, as always. The kids, they're, nobody's happy about it. Nobody's like, they're like, I gotta get out. I gotta see my friends. This is driving me crazy. But I think that's what it is. How about okay, here it is. Here's Eric's link here. It's a long one. See if you give me a little something, maybe with your Instagram or something like that I could share with everybody. But Eric did a great job on the tune. And, today we're getting into distraction. Enough of the talking about the Cheeto and talking about everything that's going on out there. There's nothing we can do about it. We're all together. We're stuck here. I have your undivided attention. And today we're going to entertain you with somebody that's been, an important guy, somebody I've known for years. Oh, here's the Silvertone. There it is. There you go. You want to check it out. Silvertone NYC on the IG. He's also Eric is an amazing Instagrammer. His keeps you very entertained there. He's got a lot of energy, upbeat. I've connected with a lot of interesting guys. Just following his account, things that he talks about. So keep up the good work and the inspiration out there. And it was good to see everybody in the band look like they were social distance. Everybody was 6 feet away, and I couldn't really see what was going on. So what is it? Jordan checking in? Are you in Puerto Rico, Jordan? Are you in Puerto Rico right now? Today is the day. I've been going through. I have a list of people that I've been going through and pinging and banging up and trying to get on the show because I want to talk to, because I know that everybody's kind of a captive audience. So I've been going through my list, and I have a great show today. We have Jeffrey Ross coming on, comedian. Tomorrow we have David Shaw coming on from the Revivalists. I have a bunch of people that we're talking to right now. I have my manager and my agents all working on this and trying to make this all come together. So, but the most important, I spent a lot of time shooting comedy. I started working with Viacom very early in my career when they were just taking off, and they would start a network for everything. They started the Ha network, and then HBO started a network, and the two of them competed for a while, and then they both kind of morphed into Comedy Central. My friend Doug Herzog and ran that for years, and it was always an amazing resource and place to. I would see everybody, it was incredible. And then I would go out to Aspen with HBO for years and shoot the U.S. Comedy Arts Festival, and that was a ton of fun. And you would meet different comedians, just like I'd met the musicians over the years and become friendly with them. And one of the first ones I met was Pauly Shore back in the day, and he was just starting out as the Weasel in the '80s, and I would talk to Pauly next week. And, I ran into Jeff Ross out there, and we had a lot in common. So let me hit him up and see where he is, because he should be dialing in any second now. I think I've come on in. He said he was hanging out. He was hanging out in the pool when we did the test. So he might have moved to the shower. But Jeff Ross and I met, and we're just, it's a natural thing. We're both guys from Jersey. He was from Newark and Union. I was from Atlantic City. We would see each other all the time at different events. We both liked the cannabis, still like the cannabis, still like to have a good time. And it was fun to watch. It's interesting when you watch people starting and then watching as their careers develop, So I think that it's definitely it's a fun thing. Hold on here. Mr. Ross. Mr. Ross. Could you, Lulu, see what this was?
See what was.
This number.
That was, I think it was Nana.
Who's who? Oh, yeah, that's 916. That's a SAC, right? Anyway, I ran a couple pictures here of this guy. Lou, you want to give me just a full frame?
Mm-hmm.
The Roastmaster General in full regalia. All right. The bar. Oh, I think Nana's having trouble.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Yeah, whatever. The Roastmaster General. He came into the Comedy Central Bar Mitzvah Bash. Was like kind of one of the first things that I remember doing, where he just like came out with roast. Carson Daly was, I think he was one of the first ones that they did that on that Bar Mitzvah Bash. And then Larry the Cable Guy. These are all the different. This was a classic. This was really when Jeff took over. He took control. Pam Anderson and Courtney Love. That day, Courtney Love ended up getting roasted more than Jeff did, or more than Pam did. Pretty classic. I hope he's alive.
Are you posting?
Yeah, I am right now. And there it is. Donald Trump. I don't think anybody from that, when we worked on that one, saw what was going to happen with Trump and how he was going to load up the bingo. We're going to play bingo while we're waiting for Jeff to tune in. And the Bieber roast, that was another watershed. That was another watershed moment. We had all these roasts. And the Caitlyn Jenner, she's got a lot of balls coming on a show like that. I didn't write that joke, Lulu. And this was Guys' Choice Awards. Jeff with Jennifer Aniston. They always put a combination. It just shows you that Jeff had hair back then. Hold on, let me see where he is. Send me a little text there. All right. Back to this. Artie Lang does not look like that anymore. He's really had a hard time. Oh yeah, did we hit it? Did we hit the 420? I can't even see my little clock. Yes, we did. Thank you, Jen Bernstein, for chirping in. And yeah, Artie. And wait, go back to the one, Lulu. That's a David Tell. And those guys, okay. Jeffrey's coming on in 3 minutes. He'll be on in a second. So it's 420. We'll sub at 420. Him and David Tell. Now these guys have become partners. They're doing the bang, what is it? The knocking mics. And it's really funny stuff. The two of them alternate off and trade jokes off. Jeffrey's really good on his feet. He wrote some great poetry back in the day. Yeah, let me just scroll through. I'm just going to put me up. Add the stream, remove from stream. I'm playing with the new technology. Scott Doodleson, he got roasted at Outside Lands. You were shooting. Yeah, you know, I've been roasted by a couple comedians too. One time I was shooting Don Rickles, and I was in the front row shooting. And, you know, as long as I was sitting down, I was fine. And I was watching him, and this is not that long ago. And Don Rickles is doing his act, and I waited till he turned his back towards me, and I got up and I started walking out. And he just started firing one-liners at the back of my head, and it was a lot. I was at Caesars, it was in a ballroom. It had to be a good 60 yards. I had to walk to get out that room, and he did not stop till I hit the end. And I saw Paul Sheffrin, his publicist, at the end, and Paul said, he's like, Kravitz, he was firing at you all the way back out of the house. And I'm like, yeah, I knew it was coming, but I had to leave because I had another act to shoot. But I remember seeing Don Rickles at Resorts International when I was probably 18, probably 1980. And he was so funny that you couldn't breathe. And you didn't want to over laugh, because if you laughed too hard, you would miss the next line coming out. So it was kind of like you had this incredible amount of laughter inside of you. And just when you were about to let loose, you knew he was about to have another line and then another line, and he would just keep them firing. In his heyday, in the 80s, it was probably his heydays, going to see guys like Rickles. I was always a huge comedy fan, huge. And I'm sure a lot of you guys too out there. So yes, we're all excited. I'm sure Jeff is too. He's just getting his shit together. The roast master general. So Christian asked me about this Trump shot. We put the Trump shot up. Yeah. When you look at this picture, he's not trying to be mean, but it looks like the Madame Tussauds. I got you. I wish he was a wax figure. Well, he probably is. Who knows? But today, no politics. We're not getting into the politics. We're going to just be on the level. We met. I couldn't even tell you where we met. I looked back online. I found a picture from 2001 from the Houdini Mansion, which was a party that he was at, that I took a picture of him at. But I know that our relationship goes back further than that, because it would go back to before film, because he would go do those comedy arts festival things. And that was in the 90s. I kind of remember shooting film into digital there. And I went digital in 2000. So oh, hi, Sierra. Nice legs. It's nice. Oh, sorry, that's a legs. There's Kelly Baines, the OCD. Shout out to my chat group, the OCD. Scott Zicklin, thank you. I got a nice little gift from Native Farms. Gave me some beautiful Skywalker OG the other day. And that stuff is just the tastiest thing you can get. All right. I see Mr. Ross. He's lined up in the window. Without further ado, I am going to introduce you to my longtime friend, Jeffrey Ross, Jersey boy.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
Jersey, what's
Good to see you.
happening? This is so cool, Jeffy. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. How do
I look?
You look good.
Got my Buddy Hackett t-shirt on.
You knew Buddy well, huh?
Yeah, I miss that guy.
I remember going to the parties over there at Sherry's house with all the psychics and seeing you, and he had everybody still goes there. Anybody that's still alive now, right?
Well, he had a lot of friends, and Sherry has a lot of friends. So they throw parties sometimes and fundraisers for animals, of which I'm getting more and more in tune with. My girlfriend and I adopted a rescue dog for a couple weeks.
Oh, so you didn't get a cat, you got a dog.
No, yeah, exactly.
I heard your interview yesterday with the Tiger King.
That was fun.
He's really out of his mind, huh?
Totally insane, especially because it was an April Fool's joke.
Oh, it wasn't really the Tiger King?
No.
Oh, that was a brilliant troll.
Fucking broke podcast records yesterday. Straight up making it up. Didn't think anybody would buy it. The very first call I got at 9 a.m. when I posted it was from Harvey Levin at TMZ, who thought it was real.
That is brilliant.
I want to shout out the hilarious comedian Jeremiah Watkins, who played Tiger King for me.
Oh my God, he was so on.
Yeah.
And he was so on.
The smartest people I know have been calling me going, that was a great interview. I'm like, you're a fucking lawyer. How do you not know that was fake? The guy would never be in jail threatening to kill somebody. But it fooled everybody, including you, Jeffy.
Oh, yeah, I loved it. I was like, holy shit, you got to hear Jeffrey Ross talk to the Tiger King. I told all my friends, you got to check this shit out. That is hilarious.
What is this show called?
This is called 420 Live.
Wow.
So, I started it off as a way to connect with my friends and hang out and smoke some bud. And then, I started talking to some people in real life. I interviewed Stuart Copeland last week. And, I've been using my Rolodex, and you were in it.
I love that. Well, I'm a proud member of your Rolodex for the better part of my career. I remember the first time I met you. Do you remember?
Go ahead, tell me.
It was probably mid-90s. Luna, come here. Stop fighting with everybody. Be a good girl. Be a good girl. We were in Aspen. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe we met, but first time I really understood who you were and what you were about and how much influence you had was I was a young comedian at the Comedy Arts Festival, whatever they called it. And you were at every freaking event, Comic Relief. Then you were like some young comedian special. Then you were at Dennis Miller's thing. Then you were like at Steve Martin's thing. And I was like, what's going on here? This guy always has the shot and he's always got better access than I do. And I thought I was like this young, cool comedian. And you would roll in and I started to understand like what show business photography was, like what concert photography was, because you come from the East Coast, you hear about red carpets and the paparazzi, and then that's always felt like a mass of people that were faceless. Then suddenly you were the guy that the artists, the comedians, the musicians, and the producers trusted to go one step further and get the shot that they want, not that the public wants, but what Bruce Springsteen wants, what the Dead want. You get that shot, and that to me is the coolest. You have the coolest job, man. You have the best seats and the best eye, Jesse.
Well, thank you. And it's been it's only because I'm 6'4" that I get to see anything. Otherwise, I'd be on my head.
That probably helped. You are really tall for a fucking pit photographer. Let me tell you.
I know, but it's good because otherwise you shoot up everybody's nose. That's part of the thing. I was taking a picture of Travolta and Stallone once, and I kind of ducked down below their chin line, and they were like, "No, you stay up. We like tall photographers to show our chin."
Yeah. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's a good perspective. So
even the big, good-looking guys are a little vain, huh? So
are you doing your podcast? I guess you don't have to do that, but I guess you're not on the road. When was your last trip?
It was a while now because I had been home for a few weeks before the pandemic hit, and I canceled on a gig just a few hours before I was getting on the plane. Everything's being rescheduled for August as of now. All the bumping mics gigs that I do at Dave Attell. They're all over the Midwest, both basically, and some in the East Coast, and those will start coming back around August.
Was that the tour you had to reschedule? The David Tell
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. We waited all year to tour, and then we had to reschedule.
That's been great. Can I see that picture of Dave and the one I showed you, Lulu? I found this old shot of you guys. It has to be no, not Artie, the other one with the goatee sideways. Yeah, that one. I found this old shot of you and a Tell.
Are you kidding me? You got to send me that.
Is that classic? You have hair.
David, look at this. Let me show my girlfriend. We're on a live stream. Me and Dave.
Wow.
That's when I broke my hip.
Oh, broke your hip.
And then Dave was making fun of me at some event.
Yeah, he was. He was definitely. That's Larry Disney in the back, and so that was a Comedy Central.
Wow.
Oh yeah, so that was a while ago. That was around 2003, I would say.
Yeah, you and Dave, you've been friends for a long time.
And now look at us. We have our own Netflix series.
You guys, and your business partners too. It's great to work with your friends.
We were supposed to be shooting our next Netflix special this month.
Everything. You know what? The thing I tried to tell my son yesterday about this was that you're not alone. You're not the only one having to reschedule. You're not the only one having to do this. This is everybody in the world.
Oh yeah, man. It's crazy, dude. The whole world.
Give me the roast.
It's like 9/11, but funnier.
Yeah, it's 9/11, but
Even funnier.
It's just not as tragic as Fast, I guess. You know, it's like pulling off the Band-Aid slowly. You're just like, ugh. It's such a slow drip. But this was the first time the Charlie Sheen roast where you really came out in full regalia.
Yeah, that was a good one.
When I saw you walking on the carpet, I was like, what the hell is Jeff Ross got going on?
You know, I did it all for you, Jeffy. I knew you'd get good shots. And yeah, I don't know what the proper angle is on those chins, but
when did you shave your head?
What's that?
When did you shave your head?
I think it was 4 or 5 summers ago. On the
I have 2015 as the youngest, as the picture in my files of you. The first picture with the shaved head.
2015. What is this? Yeah, about 5 years ago.
Jacket, Lou.
Yeah. I shaved it during the summer oddball tour in 2015.
Yeah,
right around the Bieber roast. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great shot. Did you take that shot too?
Yeah, I'm not going to share any other photographers' photos, by the way.
Oh my God, I'm screenshotting this.
We're just going to look at my pictures.
That's a really good one, buddy.
I thought, yeah, of course. I mean, come on.
That was Justin Bieber's roast, I think.
Yeah, with their after party or something like that.
And I invited both of those guys to the after party. Yeah.
Bieber, that he was a good sport, man, but you took him out.
Oh, that's when I went as the Pope Master General.
The Pope Master General.
I said, Justin, a lot of people have been pointing their fingers at you lately, and that's mostly just lesbians telling the barber how they want their hair cut.
Let's see the Trump. Did you think the wide shot, the other one? Did you think when you did this one that this guy was going to be the guy in charge?
You know, you always had a sneaking suspicion that he wasn't going anywhere and he was only going to get more and more powerful. But I did not know he would go into politics. Even now, everything's sort of like the hospitality guy. It's like a caterer. He's like, everything's fine. We're still open for business until the Board of Health closes you down. And that's kind of what's happening.
Yeah, well, they need to close him down now. Where's the close-up?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, when I look at this, he doesn't look that different in this picture than he does when I watch him on TV. He might be a little bit fatter. But
I'm aging a lot more rapidly than he is. That's clear. It's time. Hold on, real quick. It's time for the sports part of your show.
Hold on, let me get rid of the Donald. Yeah, I can actually remove me from the.
How you guys? Is this an Olympic event yet? Tug of war?
I bought my dog a tether ball. I bought her a tether ball, and she's out there bopping it with her nose, knocking the tether ball around the pole.
I saw that. That was amazing.
Yeah, she's very athletic, and I needed to find something she could do where you just take her out there for 10 minutes, let her do it. She comes back. She's like, good.
Yeah,
This is
that's
good.
great.
Better than me running.
Dogs don't know what hit them right now. They're like, why is everybody home? Why is everybody being so nice?
It's weird, huh? When was
Yeah.
your last time out? Like out? Do you go
Um,
shopping?
My last time out, I try to take a walk every day, so I do go out. And
With that, not in social distance though. Let's say.
oh yeah, no, I haven't been out at all, man. I can't remember. I think it was 2.5 weeks ago. I went to the Comedy Store and did a. Oh, you know what I did? Right before everything got closed down, I went to an open mic in North Hollywood just to see who was in there because I saw the door open, and there was like 15 comics sitting 10 feet apart, performing for each other.
What do you do for your shop? And you have everything delivered?
No, we've been sneaking to the store. We've been going to the store. We wear a mask. We wear gloves. We do the whole thing. You know, I don't know. My girlfriend likes to shop herself. She doesn't want someone doing it. So my buddy dropped off. My buddy Kai dropped off some Krispy Kremes, and our friend Melissa dropped off a pie.
Well, wait,
I
saw you doing yoga the other day, and
I've been doing some yoga.
And you were looking kind of thin. You weren't, you're looking like you're starting to lose a little poundage there. Yeah, you're looking.
Namaste.
You're looking sexy.
Namaste at home, motherfuckers.
I guess if you don't work out, we'll really be 4 times the size we are.
I use Waze. I'm so bored. I've been using Waze to get from the living room to the bathroom.
What's your longest commute so far?
I like to look for the shortcuts. And my girlfriend, I like to keep it, to keep it hot during quarantine. We've been role playing,
Yeah.
So last night we dressed up as the 2 popes.
I'm sure that was fun. Start live streaming that.
Things are good. I bought 2 tigers on Amazon. They're only $2,000 each, and slightly used. Wouldn't it be funny if everybody died except Tom Hanks? His wife's name's Wilson, for crying out loud.
Who's your favorite person that's got it so far? I mean, I kind of like the Iranian government getting it. I thought, and Boris Johnson is brilliant. Oh,
you're saying glad somebody has it?
No, yeah, like one that you saw that got it that was just like, oh, well, that's kind of like kismet. It's coming around. It's karmic.
I almost tweeted on April Fool's Day, Donald Trump has coronavirus, and just to see people's reactions, to really see how mean they are. But I didn't.
I think the Tiger King thing was more than enough of a A+ prank.
Now let me ask you something. You know how it works. When I posted it and Harvey Levin called me, and he was the first call I got, and when I posted it, if I had a half hour to absorb that the prank was working, I would have gone live on TMZ and pranked Harvey on the air. Do you think I made a mistake, or better I left it alone?
Well, yeah, you should have definitely milked it, and then just at the end of it, April Fools.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, because that was great. I mean, I didn't get pranked all day, and I didn't even know that I got pranked yesterday until you told me at the beginning of the call that it was a prank.
I'm like, I know. I woke up today and everyone's sending me all the podcast top 10 lists of the week, and I'm like, people don't realize this was a prank. They thought this was really an interview with Joe Exotic. I love it, man. Well,
you know what? Your whole thing with the prisons. I mean, it totally makes sense.
It helps sell it.
Oh, for sure. Do you think you could really get a hold of that guy if you wanted to?
I don't know. His lawyer probably wouldn't let him do an interview. And then I heard he's in corona quarantine. I don't know if they have phones in jail.
That was my thought. That's like, what the hell? There's a warning, just like, okay, it's your phone call. You must get some kind of call. They bring the cell into your cell.
Yeah. I don't know how it works. Well, if I'm the first call he's making, then I'm doing something right in life.
Well, that was the line that kind of got me, where I was like, wait, when the guy's like, well, Jeff, to be totally honest, you're the only person that's called me. I was like, oh, really? Like, your boyfriends, like, nobody's called. You're the first person that's called me.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah. It's really cute that you fell for it.
Well, I fell for it. My daughter and I were sitting there peeing ourselves laughing because the jokes were so good. When at the end when he goes, well, get me out of here, and you're like, yeah, how does it feel, motherfucker?
I stayed in character. Like I gave him a respectable interview.
Oh yeah, I thought it was great, and you definitely felt like you were riding the line there of trying not to cross. It was perfect. It was perfect. Their tempo is great. Well, you're a professional. You've been at this for years.
Yeah.
So it's not
but
like this is something new for you.
you're a good man, Jeffy. How's your family holding up? Are you guys all in one house, like making each other crazy?
Yes, pretty much. But everybody's got their own room, and we have plenty of space, and we got a pool. Like I saw you swimming in your pool. So our pool, the heater's broke, so that's not good. But my son went in with his wetsuit yesterday, and he was like, wow,
"Oh my God, that's great!"
Cold. So we're making do. It's hard for the kids to kind of wrap their heads around that they can't have their friends over, and they got to keep distance because it's hard. My son's 21. This is like his first time being free, and it's kind of like everything's closed everywhere. Can't get a beer, can't get a drink. It's nuts.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm just keeping everybody supplied at home. Lots of food, lots of smoke. What's your strain, your go-to these days?
Well, I used to only smoke sativa, but now that I have nowhere to be, I'm like, maybe some indica would be good for me. And Luna here, she likes the sativa. This one here, this one's new. We gave her. I named her after the coronavirus. I named her Rona.
Rona.
I gave her some CBD in her food so that she would mellow out, so we could wash her because she's been in a shelter for a while and on the streets and stuff.
Yeah.
She looks like Corona, right?
Yeah, she sure does. Well, that's really nice of you to that's when I was like, wow, Jeff, where else? When you were yelling at the Tiger King yesterday, I was like, wow, he's such a fucking animal lover. That guy, that's an animal lover. But I know you are an animal lover. I mean, we all are.
Well, it all happened at that Pam Anderson roast when we did it for PETA. And Lord knows Pam Anderson's been abusing her own beaver for years.
Yeah. Here's a shot from that roast. And
oh my gosh.
That's who took the beating that night was Courtney.
Dude, you got to send me these. These are so good.
You roasted her so hard that night.
I said, how is it possible that Courtney Love looks worse than Kurt Cobain?
Everybody takes it so well, though, I mean, they all. Do you ever get anybody later be like, "You fuck"?
Never later, but in the moment. And what's her name? The report. Ann
Coulter.
Yeah, Ann Coulter was not having it.
Yeah, she's like, eh. Yeah,
you were at that one.
That was what? That was the Bald. Was that Baldwin or?
That was Rob Lowe.
Oh, Rob Lowe, right. Oh, that was that. I might have missed that. That was in New York, right?
No, that was here.
Oh, it was? Yeah.
Maybe you sent somebody.
I don't know. I'll have to look back. I didn't see those pictures, though, when I looked. So, but right. Who's on your list? Who do you want? Who's on the roast list?
Man, I'd love to roast a big rock star next. Stevie Wonder, or Kanye, or big rock star would be good. Music star.
Kanye might be a little.
Kim can handle it. I don't know if Kanye can handle it.
Yeah, Kim's got a good. Kanye's crazy.
Yeah, but she has a good sense of humor, and the mom has a good sense of humor. So you never know. A Kim Kardashian roast would be pretty epic.
What are you using to talk to your friends? You do Zoom or House Party or any of those?
Yeah, we've been doing Zoom. Zoom's a lot of fun, and now my family's got me on some other crazy new one. Hold on, Marco Polo.
Oh, it's called Marco Polo?
Which seems ridiculous because you just send little messages back and forth. But I'm like, why don't you just call me?
Who's is it just you and your girlfriend up there? The two of you, like the crew and the dogs?
Yeah.
What's your guilty pleasure right now?
The Crown.
The Crown?
The Crown is unreal. I've never watched it before. I just binged season 1. And my girlfriend turned me on to Eastbound and Down, which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's a great show.
I had no idea, man. I had no idea how funny that show is. And I love Craig Robinson. He's on it.
You watch
It's a great show.
You watch the Tiger Kings, right?
I went through those pretty quickly. I was halfway through and I was like, why am I spending time with this trash? These people are all awful.
They are all awful, but it's kind of like a train wreck that you can't watch. And I think, someone said the other day when I was talking to my friend Justin Henry on here, and he was saying that by June 1st, we're going to have watched everything we want to watch on Netflix.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why it's good we're putting out content.
Of course. You should start doing stand-up specials from your living room.
I'm going to have to soon because that's what happens to me once like the nighttime comes and I just start roasting my girlfriend, the dogs, inanimate objects. Like I need it. I need that fixed.
Well, yeah, you don't have it. You're such a guy. Like, how many nights a year are you on the road?
I was not even on the road. I would just be up at the Comedy Store or the Comedy Cellar, you know, every night, every fucking night, except maybe Mondays.
Right.
You're always so out. To me, like I'm doing some other stuff, but it's not the same. Like I miss the crowds. I miss the laughs. So
in the old days, you used to have shtick, like your poem to the poem the cat wrote. One of my favorites.
What a memory, Jeffy.
But now you more like when last time I saw you at the comedy over at the Comedy Store, it's more of you riffing on the crowd. It's more you just like taking people to task. Let me see that.
Well, it's people love the improv and they love the roasting. So I try to mix it together and speed roast audience members when I'm doing my live shows. But I have a pretty written out act too that I'm working on, and that I sort of, there you go.
That's Clusterfest.
I kind of mix the regular jokes and the improv. That Clusterfest, that shot right there, that's me. I literally followed Wu-Tang.
Oh, where's the Wu-Tang? Do I have a Wu-Tang shot? I don't.
And I don't know, but they were on right before me, and then RZA introduced me, and it was like the hardest I ever killed in my life.
Here it is, Jeff.
Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me?
Don't you remember what a pain in the ass that was? We had to go backstage, and
that was all you, baby. I've never seen this.
I will send you these when we're done, okay?
Dude, today's Thursday. I got to throw that back today. I've never seen that with my nunchucks.
Your nunchucks. And you're wearing your little kimono.
You are fucking hilarious. I remember you got me to take that picture. You're a good buddy.
Yeah, well, I was like, that's the shot, You got to have Jeff and Wu-Tang together, you know? You got up there and you brought up like a dozen people from the audience you'd never seen before, and you just went to town on them.
Yeah, that was a good one, man. I remember that live outdoor speed, and it was really cold out, but nobody had really seen stand-up like speed roasting outside on like in a festival environment. So even though it was cold out in San Francisco, the crowd like was thunder. And then I got to bring up, I brought up Wu-Tang. They did their show for an hour, and then RZA brought me up, and I did my show for an hour. That was a fun time.
Yeah, it was great. Well, that all those festivals now, everything's on hold. So all my friends that are doing those are now,
Hey, but look, you get to take a little time and look at your old photos, reassess, all your good times, spend some time with the family, and reach out to friends this way. It's cool, man.
Yeah, it's really been unique, and I appreciate you. And we've been at it for a long time together, and I look forward to many, many more years of us pounding around and going and having a smoke here and there, and just surviving, but making it through and having a lot of fun while doing it.
That's the best. I love your positive outlook, bud. I really do.
Well, I'm trying to keep it real and keep it real for all my friends out here in the world, and they all appreciate you coming on. It's been a big buzz all over my Facebook and Instagram that you were coming on this
Who are
week.
your friends? Let's shout them out real quick.
All right, let's see. There are some people here. I can pull a couple people here that have been saying hi. The greatest roast. My friend Mel Laz, she says the greatest roast ever. I don't know which one. So
all of them. Whoever's next, bring it on.
So much fun. When you had cornrows, which one was that?
That was for James Franco. I wanted to dress like his character from Spring Breakers. So I wore cornrows. Yeah, that was a fun one.
It's my friend Vivian. Don't show me Trump more than I have to see him.
Hey, I'm with her, man. I'm good with that.
Justin, yeah, he's on way too much.
Yeah. Who's this guy? Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? Who's this?
That's Rona, right?
Yeah, that's Rona.
Hi.
Show him. Show her.
I did.
Hi, Rona.
Hi, Rona. Say hi.
Oh.
And there's Luna. She's jealous. There's the princess. It's her house.
Are they both shepherds?
We don't. Well, we know Luna. We assume she's a Dutch shepherd. We think this was a German shepherd. You know, they're all mutts, rescue mutts. So.
But definitely shepherd.
That's
mix.
Pal.
See that Artie. Hi, pal. How are you?
See, I got her she's got the Paisley Park shirt on.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
And the dogs are starting to get to know each other. It's the second day.
Oh, it's only been 2 days.
Well, Luna we've had for, ever, but this Rona, she's our Corona dog, our Corona Rona.
When did someone mention Don? When did you meet Don for the first time?
I met him early in my career at a benefit in Beverly Hills for I forgot what the charity was, but they were honoring Don, and they asked me to perform stand-up at his event, and he wrote me a really sweet note that's hanging up in my other room right now. And Don through the years, man. I mean, he was the black belt in busting balls. He was the
unbelievable,
the grand master. So anytime I was on a lineup with him, I knew I was doing something right.
Yeah, but then you have to follow him or go.
He wouldn't let me. He would always go. He would never let me go on after him.
That's very, very nice of him.
Even in the end, he was always like, Jeff will go first. Sometimes it was just me and him would be the only speakers, like at a birthday party or something. And to his credit, man, he knew he was the fucking closer.
What's that? We are declining that. I saw him in Atlantic City in the 80s. You know, I grew up in Atlantic City, right?
Yeah, your dad.
Did you do Pinky's show back in the
Of course. I wasn't a big enough star, but I knew Pinky's show, and he had me on, a couple times when I had enough momentum to get like a slot. But, of course I had to stay in tune with what Pinky was doing to see how it was going down there. And I went to see Buddy Hackett in the early 90s, mid 90s. Before I knew him, I'd see Hackett there. Those Sunday shows, I was like working the weekend somewhere, and then I stuck around for the Sunday because Hackett would go on at like 4, 5, 6 o'clock for the Aldecocas in Atlantic City.
Right, for the old folks.
Yeah.
The classic. Yeah, I used to see so much comedy down there, and once casinos came in, I remember seeing some stand-up that people that didn't do it. They had Johnny Carson did a show at resorts once, and I went to go see him do stand-up, and it was something he never did.
Right.
He still killed. I mean, it was still great. And back then, Steve Martin was doing the arrow through the head and the King Tut stuff. So I'd go see anybody that would play at resorts. Pinky would get me a comp to go see. I'd take a date. We'd go hang out and watch the show. And it was classic times. And Rickles would go on stage, and you literally, I was telling the story before you came on, but he was so fast and so funny that you couldn't laugh too much because you'd miss the next joke. You wanted to hear what he had to say next. And he would just go through the room and annihilate everybody from the waiters to the ushers to the front row. Nobody, the band, everybody took a shot. So,
wow. Did you ever see Sammy Davis Jr. perform?
I don't know, but I saw Frank. And he played Convention Hall, and I was there selling binoculars, renting out binoculars, doing the jobs. Because at Atlantic City Convention Hall is where you would go get a little seasonal work every once in a while. So Frank, just to go see Frank and to hear him back in those days with Nelson Riddle Band. So, but I don't know.
What a life.
Pinky interviewed Sammy back in the day. I know that, and
I'd love to hear that audio, man. I would love to hear that.
Yeah, I gotta go dig up some of Pinky's old classics and get him on the air. He was definitely one of a kind. I'm so glad. You're one of the first people that I've talked to that also talked to my dad.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's really cool. It's really the snake eating its tail.
I'd love to hear that audio, boy.
Yeah, me too. All right, let's see. My friend Jason Bach, I see he's got his mask on, loves Jeffrey Ross. Yes, we all love Jeffrey Ross.
Thanks, Jason.
My sister-in-law Jane wants to know how many different beverages you're drinking because she's seen you go through quite a different little bunch of sips during the show.
Oh, you know what? Well, let's see. There's coffee in 2 different places. There's a club soda, and then there's some water. Yeah, you're right. You got me. There's, when you're sheltering in place, like you get. I used to get mad. Don't waste that, and now I don't waste anything. Like everything sits out. If I drink it tomorrow, fine.
You just gotta make sure there's no floaters in the top there.
Dude, I'm using both sides of the toilet paper.
Oh.
I haven't worn a bra in a week. This is crazy.
You're saving on underwear.
Yeah.
Do you have a bidet?
I don't have a bidet, but that would
You gotta get a bidet.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I have a hot tub. It's kind of similar.
It's elevating. Olivia's that vote for Kanye, my friend Olivia.
Hi, Olivia. Kanye would be a great roast. If anybody knows Kanye, hit him up.
My daughter Kiki's saying that you need to do an Instagram story of you roasting inanimate objects in the house.
That's a good idea. What should I roast first? Like this plant right here?
Yeah, go ahead. Why don't you give it a shot?
All right, hold on. Let me see how to flip it around. Hey, plant. You having a good time? Tell your leaves. Man, get a job, you piece of shit. What's this? What, were you out all night partying? What's this hole in your leaf, you fucking maniac? What's this? Take the price off. No one's returning you. Fucking plant. Stand on your own 2 feet next time. All right, well, there's one.
I like that. I don't know how I got up there. Where'd that come from?
I don't know if I'm stoned enough for this.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Here's my other favorite comedian.
Oh, Rodney. Wow.
Hey, I'll tell you, Jeff Kravitz. Now I know why lions eat their young.
He was amazing. He was amazing, but he was high as fuck most of the times you'd see him running around, like especially back in the later years.
That's what they say.
He never got me.
He would walk around smoking joints wearing a bathrobe, which is kind of what we all do during lockdown. I'm going to go in the backyard and take a leak while I'm talking to you.
I like it.
That's how great my life is right now.
You don't even need the bathroom.
What are the laws against this?
Well, if it's your own property, on my the ring.
No, live streaming. I'm live streaming while I'm streaming.
On my Ring app, they
Jeff,
give you.
just make water noises. Don't say anything.
Oh, sorry. Shh.
Thank you. All right, I didn't wash my hands. Sorry.
It's all right, as long as you didn't get anything on you.
Right, exactly.
That could be. That's definitely a first on the show. Oh wow, that's so nice. Where are you up on?
Nice. I'm in Cleveland right now. We're on total lockdown.
I'm
telling you.
Classic. Here we go. My friends are saying, I can't believe I'm watching Ross roast a plant and piss in the yard. Well, this is entertainment. This is the future of entertainment in the quarantine.
Just like the pre-interview we worked out.
Yeah, that was pretty epic. That was really good. I'm glad we didn't blow our wad on that.
That's true.
It's definitely classic.
This is great. I've seen hostage videos with a bigger budget than your fucking show here.
Hey, this is serendipitous. I didn't really mean to start this. It's kind of catching its own energy. So
I love that. You're doing good, man.
I got to do something. I'm honoring the old man and doing the thing.
I like to walk around. I like being able to walk around while doing it. It's like it's a good app.
Did you go down to look? My friends are asking if you like playing in the sand. Did you go down there to see Dead and Company this year?
I did.
How was it?
I didn't go down to the sand, but I saw them perform in the Forum, and I saw them perform in New York. Yeah, I saw them a couple of times this year.
Yeah,
they're fucking great. That's a great show, man.
Yeah, they're bringing it back. John Mayer bringing all the girls to the
dead.
Yeah, I mean,
all the young people. It's great.
Club there. Now it's a little mix.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man.
They're all waiting to play daughter. Well, I'm
If
gonna
you could be in any band, what would it be, Jeffy? I know you play guitar.
Yeah, I'd take Jerry's job. I'd like to. What John Mayer's doing right now is pretty good to me. Trey. A huge fish head, but Trey's definitely over my level of. Jerry is too, but I could fake it as long as my crowd's wasted. Then it's kind of like you. You're a lot funnier when people have a couple drinks, right?
Hey, that's true.
So keep your crowd sauced.
That's good advice.
What's the most exciting thing you have to look forward to in the next week or two? Anything? Anything?
What are you talking about? Changing my fucking socks. I'm doing fucking nothing. What am I looking forward to? More death. What the fuck are you talking about? Hopefully another live stream with you. Why are you turning red? You look like a fucking grape right now. What am I looking forward to? This isn't your father's show, all right? This is fucking quarantine. I'm not at the fucking Trump Plaza at 4 o'clock after bingo, okay? I'm not Stephen Eady, Jeff. What do I have to look forward to?
Dinner.
Fucking rescue dogs. What do you want? I give. Here's what I have to look forward to. A fucking nothing. No one to play with. No one's coming to my fucking house.
Well, I like Kiki's idea of roasting inanimate objects, so I look forward.
I like Kiki. I'm down with that. Let's start with your love life, Jeff, as far as inanimate objects. I'm just kidding. Hey, I'll tell you.
Rodney was great. I love the classics were the best. But you know what? You've done a great job of leading the charge. Now you're one of the old school comedians.
See, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Actually, there is one thing I'll plug. On on April 4th at 4 o'clock, there's a thing called Laugh Aid that I'm doing with Dave Attell. But Bob Saget's hosting it, Howie Mandel, Ray Romano, Patton, Jeselnik, all the top comics are on it. And we're raising money basically for comics that are not working. I'm lucky. I have a little cushion, but there's a lot of comics that are really fucked right now. And there's a big live stream for that. ComedyGivesBack.com.
On Instagram or on the
It's going to be on, I believe it's going to be on a bunch of different places, including Comedy Central's website and ComedyGivesBack.com. And then you can figure it out. But it's going to be really cool, it sounds like. Patton Oswalt told me he's doing it. Jim Gaffigan's doing it. Jimmy Fallon's doing it. So it'll be cool.
That's great. Well, that's something to look forward to. What are you going to do? Just a bit from your kitchen there?
No. Dave Attell and I are going to do our virtual bumping mics side by side.
Oh yeah,
I'm doing right now.
I saw the picture of that where you bump him like it looked really cool. Hey,
it's a lot of fun.
We're making lemonades out of lemons here.
That's right.
So I mean, here's the link: ComedyGivesBack.com. Laugh Aid. Everybody tune in on the 4th of April. Check out Jeff Ross. Help out, all the musicians, comedians that are out of work right now. These are the people that are going to keep us entertained when we get out of this. So we got to keep them alive and happy and healthy and, on the deck, ready to go.
We need a lot of laugh. And if you're a comedian or musician or an artist watching this, like cheer up your friends and family. It's your social obligation right now.
Well, I think it would be great to get everybody on the same page. It's amazing how much charity there is in the world and how much good we're all doing, even from our houses. Everybody's live streaming and putting their donates up, all these different bands, comedians,
I love it, man.
I won't send you any money, but I'm happy to send your friends some money. I know we got to keep that whole thing going. It's a beautiful
Thank you, buddy.
Well, I look forward to seeing you face to face and having a smoke and hanging out and having a laugh and being at some cool event somewhere. You
guys are the best. I really appreciate you checking in on me, Jeffy. Wait, hold on. I wanted to see you one last time.
Well, I saw you doing fucking yoga, and I'm like, holy shit! What happened to Jeff Ross? He's doing yoga? Are you kidding me?
I wanted to move my body around. I don't want this to. We all have to keep our immune system up. You got to stay healthy. So I'm going to do it again too. I'm going to do a little yoga lessons.
All right. Well, good. I like it. Stream it up, and I'll share it. I love you there, Jeff. Thanks.
Great to see you, Jeffy. I'll talk to you soon. My best to the family. Thanks, Kiki. I'm going to do your idea.
I like it. See you later.
Bye.
Hey, we're lucky. We're lucky people to be able to have people like that in our life that we touch. You know, Jeff and I have known each other now. It's at 3 decades, 30 some odd years of running each other and, you know, being there. And it's just very, very, I consider myself lucky. I'm lucky to be able to put myself in a place where I really get to the feedback and to be able to hear Jeff go off. I mean, I was just a mind blower. So I appreciate everybody tuning in today. And it's been almost an hour, and Jeff is great. Make sure you check out his feed here. Lulu shared the quote for me, and I will say that I am seeing the YouTube comments also come in. So that's when you see this with a cloud surfer. That's from YouTube. So I didn't get a chance to get to that question, but as you can see, he's ready anytime to come on and talk to you guys and talk. Yes, Jimmy. Oh, you go back a long time with people. You know, it's interesting to hear thanks, Rick. It's interesting to hear people's perspective also on what you are and them remembering you and and zoning in on what you do. I don't really understand that part of what it is that I've done in my life. So he's a genuine guy, and being out here, Brad, and being able to talk to people for that, it's been great. Yes, Holly, I know yoga rocks. It's just funny. Jeff has always been the kind of guy that's been a consumer more than that. So more than a yoga guy. So it was interesting to see him at that. Thank you, Chris. It was really, really good. Gary, I'm glad you guys tuned in. And what's that? Oh, they're coming. Okay. Oh, there you go. Justin Weniger. There you go. We'll let Jeff know. Why don't you just share it on your page there, Mr. Weniger? I'm glad you tuned in today. It was a great show. How do you take that off there, Lou? Because you have control of that, I think, right? Do I got it? Oh, there it is. Let me see. Thank you, Kelly Brown. I was feeling that. Jamie, thank you. I'm glad you guys tuned in. Everybody. Yes, yoga. The keto king. I'm not keto. I'll tell you what, I've noticed that the desserts every night are definitely making the pounds go up. But the kids keep making those brownies, those Ghirardelli brownies, with a little bit of vanilla ice cream on top. Yum. I'm going to wrap it up for today. We're almost hitting an hour being with you, and I really appreciate you guys sharing with me. There was a ton of people tuned in today to hear Jeff, and I appreciate him. And one day I want to try to get him to do a speed roast on here. So maybe we can get in and pop you guys on. I wanted to do it today, but we just got so into talking, and it's just got so much great information. So thank you. Thank you, Temke. Days like this, I mean, I really feel that what I'm doing is, fun, and it's really working for me in a creative space to be able to make my brain fire and to remember all these things and go through and pull these pictures and share these moments with you guys. So I'm really happy that I have something that is of interest to everybody and that we could talk about and share. And I really am loving the new format, being able to talk to everybody. So please tune in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. We have the one and only David Shaw from the Revivalists. And if anybody out there does not know who the Revivalist is, I'm sure you do, but go and stream their Spotify because the guys are incredibly talented. And David, if you're not following David Shaw on Instagram, he's been doing incredible stuff every day, writing songs, playing them, explaining what his impetus is behind them. And we're really going to get a little bit into the creative brain. He was stopped off tour in the middle of tour. So because of coronavirus, another band that had to bite the dust. So I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. We're going to talk a little bit about New Orleans and rock and roll and music. And I want to thank Jeff Ross and Rona, his dogs, and his beautiful girl, and his nice house up there. Comedy pays if you keep at it. See what you get for talking shit and insulting people? Your nice house up there on the hill. Beautiful. In Cleveland. Classic. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great day. Stay safe. Take care of each other. Drop off something to somebody you don't know in a box. Scare the hell out of them. Just make sure it's something sweet. All right? Have a great day.